Shut up and sit down.
What's going on, guys? This is the MMA Complex. My name is Josh.
And I'm James.
We're back. It is June 30th, almost end of the month. Last episode of the month. Man, we're getting to the middle of the year, almost end of the year.
Yeah,
July
dude,
4th, this weekend.
It's crazy.
I don't have anything planned. Really, do you?
No, I mean, it's not my thing, but...
Yeah. Fireworks are going off. Been going off for the past 2 months around here.
And like, not just that, but like buying fireworks is kind of a waste of money. You can just go outside and get a chair and you can watch a fireworks show.
And it's true. And it's not cheap. Fireworks are expensive.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Especially the illegal ones that you hear every day. It's crazy.
I would rather, at least, if I'm going to pay good money, which to get good fireworks, at least a good amount, because they go quick, you have to pay good money. But I would much rather buy illegal fireworks and that explode and
I mean, I just take a
open
seat,
the air.
go outside and enjoy the show.
Yeah. I remember going down to TJ and all those and getting like these bags of like poppers, the weak ass poppers that we have here. The ones over there, they had them like these like bags with like sawdust in it, and they were like silver, like little silver old school Revolutionary War kind of bullets. And then you throw them and you pop them, and then they would like skip. They would like
holy shit.
Yeah, they were the best, man. They were the best. They were kept like dynamite.
Those and or again like those half a stick of dynamite. Yeah, or like those Roman candles. Like we used to point the Roman candles at windows and light them.
That's so dangerous. I know. Yeah. Or at each other. Yeah.
Or like walk and throw them in like in the backyard where dogs are at.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, man, that's this weekend. So no fights this weekend. So we're not going to do any fight picks at the end of the episode. Fight Island is next week, which I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And then not to mention this episode, we have Tabatha Ricci. She's LFA, just signed for LFA, training partner of Mackenzie Dern. Black House, trains at Black House, plays at Paradon Jiu-Jitsu over in Ventura. Just a longtime martial artist, really great girl, great personality, talented, good looking, all that stuff. Luckily we are able to get her on the show now before she blows up.
Yeah.
She's going to be a big star in mixed martial arts. So glad to have her on the show. You will catch her interview shortly.
Yeah, and about that, I think the last couple of interviews I haven't been on just because I'm working. So
yeah,
I'm thankful that Josh's here to steer the ship, but. Yeah. That's why I'm not always present on these interviews.
Yeah, it's
usually big time zones or it's their schedule.
Time zone schedules luckily my schedule's a lot more flexible than yours, so a lot of these people are which is great. I'm thankful for them even being on the show, but it's like I would much prefer it to be us both be on the interviews, but it's like somebody's.
No, man.
Whoever could be there.
I'm happy that you're able to
to do it. And
because if we're both at work, then we're screwed.
Then we got nobody, and it's just us two. And
I'm happy that we got to give the audience an interview.
Then all they have is to look at us, and at least we are able to provide them with
some kind of entertainment
instead of listening to our asses. But yeah. So. This weekend was UFC on ESPN 12, Poirier versus Hooker. We're going to get into that, break that down. That was such an exciting card. I mean, where do you start?
Well, let's start with Perry. I think coming in to that fight, there were a lot of eyeballs, not necessarily for his opponent was Mickey Gall, but it was more because of the situation and the person he picked to be in his corner, which is his girlfriend.
Yeah, I think he took a chance. He weighed out the options in terms of financial options and be like, why am I paying these guys to just go on a flight with me? They're not in there. They don't have the credentials that I do. They're not offering me much. I'm sure he had some probably, disputes with people at the gym. Was like, screw it, I'm not taking any of you guys type of thing. And I think he bet on himself. I'm not sure what his training camp was, but he came in great shape. He had a good game plan. And he knew what he wanted to do in the fight, and he's experienced enough to adapt in situations. Mm-hmm. His jiu-jitsu game is coming a long way. He even took down Mickey Gall.
Yeah. I mean,
and his girlfriend was there for support.
yeah, and I think a big part of it is because of the opponent they fought. Like, no disrespect to Mickey Gall, but I'm sure he fought someone with a more
If he fought a
seasoned
top
record.
5, top
Yeah.
10, yeah, it would have been a tougher go, and he might have needed some of that
So I think
experience
that kind
coaching.
of helped him too. But I mean, like I see his point too. You know, paying guys, and he probably sees these guys as kind of freeloading off of him and getting a free expense trip to wherever they're fighting. So.
Yeah. And he even talked about it in the post-fight interview, talking about wanting to find a camp, a head coach, a home. He's going to use some of his money to pay off bills and travel and set himself up, him and his girl, at a new location. Hopefully, he's looking at South Florida, probably American Top Team. That's where he's looking. I
mean, it's a good point, man. I mean, great choice if he wants to go to American Top Team.
Yeah, Florida down to South Beach and all that stuff. Where's American Top Team? Coconut Grove, Coconut Creek. Coconut Creek.
Yeah. You know, Joanna's there, and
you got champions down there. You want a champion?
Masvidal.
Masvidal. You got a bunch of people. A lot of people in his division, though. I don't know about that, but they have a big facility.
Yeah.
To where they can kind of, hopefully work it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, he bet on himself. That's a whole nother conversation of, fighter pay, taxes, how that a lot of that money gets taken by the government. And sometimes he even brought up fighting in different countries and how you get taxed once you get the money, tax season, and you almost come up with nothing.
Dang. And not only that, it was like paying for everybody.
Paying your team.
Not just yourself, but other people and meals and, oh, God.
Food prep, all that stuff.
Imagine being married with kids and doing that.
Ugh.
That'd be awful. That'd be horrible.
That's a tough go.
Yeah.
That's a tough go.
And to get punched in the face?
Yeah. And then like, what if you're not, like, you have, like, guys like Eddie Alvarez and Ben Askren who are offering financial advice, but those guys are, long-time champions and veterans and are well set up in terms of
they're
financial.
established in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, and they were actually very smart with their money. Luckily, cool with them that they were offering a lot of financial advice. But yeah, they're different. So if you take a person like that with a family of their size, like Eddie Alvarez has like 4 kids, you struggle.
Yeah, because like one kid is expensive. Yeah. Can you imagine 4 and then the house payment? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But then like you see like fighters who aren't even in the UFC who are like in their late 20s, early 30s who are still doing it. I was like, why? At that point, why?
Yeah, or even like those early 30s to mid 30s, and they're still going, and they haven't really broken into any top 10.
Yeah, at that point, just give up.
And we were talking about that before. Like we've seen a lot of fighters, we've known a lot of fighters that have had success here. Some more so than others, and can still continue to do it with not a lot to show for it. And like I wonder how do you, with fighter pay being a big issue, how do you support yourself? How do you?
And these guys don't even fight in the UFC.
How do you justify your career to your family, to your kids, if it's not going good? If you're not a Ronda Rousey, you know what I mean, or a Conor, like
you're screwed.
Or even less, even like a Masvidal or something like that, to where not less, but not so much that mainstream big time
popularity
person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Oh man,
that's stressful thinking about it.
Yeah, because it's not like other professional sports.
Not at all.
You make it to the NFL. Oh, my son plays in the NFL. Oh, you're multimillionaire. You're set for life, basically.
Yeah, because even like the minimum contract in the NBA is like they're millions.
Yeah, and so you go with a UFC fighter. Oh, my son fights for the UFC. Oh yeah, how's he doing? Oh, he still has his part-time job.
Yeah. And he's living in our basement.
He's living in our back room.
Yeah,
yeah. It's sad. That's the life. It's horrible, man.
It's crazy.
But we're seeing a lot more big time fighters offering financial advice, holding out, asking for money. Something, if anything, somebody that's a lawyer that's experienced in this kind of sort of thing needs to get in on this.
I agree. Yeah,
it's like now's the time. The main event, 5 rounds of fury, man. Yeah. I was on my feet. It was like we'll get to like what was the best fight of the year, but I was looking at this one. I was like, this one. because this
Oh,
one,
easy.
I
I think this is the best fight. Easy.
yeah, I was on the edge of my seat for a lot of these other fights this year, but this one I was standing.
Mhm.
I was like,
Especially the fourth or fifth round.
yeah, I was standing.
Damn, Dan Hooker, fucking, he shocked me. He looked so good.
He looked so good, man.
But then Poirier's like,
Tough. Gritty,
he was
man.
so hitting hard, and he was going for takedowns in the last two
he was
rounds.
mixing it up.
That's what.
And he had more in the gas tank.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where it came down to. Who had more in the gas tank in the fifth?
but I think it's a moral victory too for Hooker.
Yeah, he proves he's a top 5.
Yeah, he's got to commit himself more and kind of just, I think, work on his wrestling and his cardio.
Yeah, basically.
Because Poirier took over in those last 2 rounds.
And, he's probably going to fight more guys in this division at this level that are going to look to take him down more.
Especially 155, where it's rich in wrestling.
Yeah, and he's a tall, lanky guy and great stand-up. And
yeah,
he showed it. It's definitely a moral victory for him. It sucks. He posted up a photo because he went back to, I think, Auckland, New Zealand, and he has to quarantine himself for 2 weeks right now, and he has to separate himself from his family and all that.
Can you imagine losing a fight? And I think about,
you lose a fight, and you got to live somewhere else away from your family.
But the good thing about it is that it's not a fight where he gets embarrassed and he has to live with that.
Yeah, he didn't get knocked out in 40 seconds or something like that.
I mean, people are kind of praising both guys.
Yeah, so
it could be worse.
He went out, fought a war, made some good money, came back home, and
had an unfortunate loss, but a fight that if he worked on those 2 things, cardio and wrestling, it would have been a different fight.
Chances are they'll probably give him another top 5.
Yeah, and he's still young in the sport.
Yeah. Poirier, man. I mean, he's proved himself to be top one or 2 in the division, 3 in the division. I mean, because Conor's not really there.
Yeah, you're right. But then, I mean, we saw the fight against Khabib, and we saw how that fight looked.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be another Uriah Faber and Benavidez?
I think so. He's a permanent number 2, number 3.
He beats all the top contenders, but he can't beat the champ.
Yeah, and then let's say Conor comes back. How will Poirier do against Conor? Will he lose again? Then that puts him at least.
That's a tough fight.
3rd best.
Yeah,
in the division.
But I mean, who knows? What if Gaethje beats Khabib?
Gaethje?
That'd be a badass fight. Gaethje and Poirier would be awesome.
Yeah. That's a
hell of a fight.
Gaethje Poirier is a definitely a hell of a fight. I would like to see Poirier. Did we already see Poirier Ferguson?
No, we haven't.
Ferguson needs a big win. Poirier needs at least another big win to justify a title shot.
Yeah, because I don't think. Because we can't book Khabib. I mean, Khabib's already Harry. Yeah, it's already booked. But I think it's a good fight.
I think Poirier Ferguson. Would be
put all those fights in one card and make it like a mini tournament.
Hooker will. Who else is in the division?
So we'll do Ferguson and Poirier, and then obviously Khabib, and then we could do Conor if he decides to come back.
Conor Hooker.
Or
it's too big of a fight for Hooker.
For Hooker, yeah.
That's a payday right there. That's a Poirier.
Yeah, and then Conor is coming off. I mean, he's coming off a loss.
Yeah, that's a Poirier fight because no matter it's a big money fight.
Yeah,
Poirier would take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Then we have Conor McGregor, who is out of the mix due to his inactivity. But who would you match Conor with? Since all 4 guys are pretty much booked.
Yeah. UFC lightweight division.
Who knows? Maybe Masvidal and Conor?
Yeah. I do Poirier, Ferguson, Masvidal, Conor. And then Hooker, probably give Hooker Paul Felder.
That's a good fight, yeah.
Well, Paul Felder is number 6. Or Charles Oliveira.
Oliveira, I think.
Huh? Yeah.
Just because Oliveira is an exciting fighter in itself.
And he's on a win streak right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hooker, Charles Oliveira, Poirier, Ferguson, Gaethje, Khabib, Conor. You could give him Masvidal.
Oh my god! Imagine those fights come to fruition. That'd be sick. Conor and Masvidal would be fucking insane.
That'll be such a good fight. Yeah. All right. Let's get to our guest. Um, our first guest and only guest of the show,
Yeah.
we only need one guest, is Tabatha Ricci. She is just newly signed to LFA. And again, longtime martial artist, young, um, the total package, man. She's gonna burst onto the scene this summer, and you guys are gonna really enjoy her. So, catch the interview, get to know her, follow her, all that, and we'll be right back. Okay, Tabatha Ricci, how are you? LFA, you just signed with LFA. It's really great to have you on the show and really get to know you. How are you today?
I'm very good, very excited for
you signed, huh? Yeah, that's some big news. It's just announced. It was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, did that surprise you? How much attention your signing got?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. Everybody was tagging me. I said, "Whoa! I don't even know some websites."
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
So talk about how when you received the news in terms of like how they reached out to you and talking to LFA, like how did this all come about and when you reached the agreement with them?
Yeah, so I started from Gia. My coach brought me to the Black House, so I started coming there and training. Then I met Jainha and Eddie, and then they invited me to watch the LFA show one night, and I was pretty excited. And then we had talking, good conversation, meetings, and they invited me to be part of the LFA.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Now, do you have a manager, or are you in negotiation with them, or did you speak to them personally? Because I know you know them pretty well. So, how did that?
Yeah, go? I do have a manager, Jorge Guimarães. He's my manager right now. Yeah.
Okay. And was this a long process? Did it take a long time for you to like reach a deal with them? Because, and I don't know if you can talk about your deal. How, is it multi-fight?
Oh, we know him pretty well. He's very friend of Franginha. Yeah. So we have good meetings, good talks, and then we have a good deal, and then we sign with them. Yeah.
And your deal is multi-fight, multi-year kind of deal. Like how many? I don't know if you can talk about how specific the deal is. Do you have 8 fights, 6 fights, 5? How's the deal?
Yeah, I have a contract by LFA with 3 fights right now. Okay. And let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's good because you can, you can, if you do well in those 3 fights, you can renegotiate more money.
Exactly.
All that. So it's good. Because some fighters.
And it also is gonna be televised on the UFC Fight Pass. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, a lot of people watch.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah.
Now, did they talk to you about when they're going to have you fight? Because LFA has next month, I think, 4 events in 4 weeks. Like, how is it?
Yeah, we don't know yet exactly, but I think it's going to be in August.
Okay, in August? Okay, so probably one of the last ones, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think they're having it in South Dakota, I believe.
South Dakota.
Yeah.
And Sioux Falls.
Yeah. Do you know if when you might be traveling to South Dakota? Will you just stay here for now and then?
Yeah, we don't know yet. For now, we're gonna stay here doing my training camp, and I think like when we close to the fight, then we're gonna fly to there.
Okay. Yeah. And you seem to stay in great shape most of the time. You're in tip-top shape. Your arms are muscles are everything. So
I say I'm always in training camp. Never stop. Always training. Always try to be ready.
Yeah. Now, with the whole, COVID and all that, is it hard to find, because now you got to go into a camp and you haven't had a camp in a while. Is it going to be hard to find people that can stay healthy so you don't get sick?
Actually, and in my quarantine, I was pretty busy too. To find a way to train. I was biking a lot. I was running a lot. Yeah. I try to find a way to be always in shape and always ready.
Yeah. Will you have training partners that will only train with you and get you ready for the fight?
Yes, I do have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And do you know where you're going to do most of your training at? Is it going to be at your jiu-jitsu gym at Paragon, or are you going to do Black House, or a little bit of everything?
Yeah. I have a lot of people help me in my training camp.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay in Ventura where I live, and then I pick one day of the week and I go to the Black House do some sparring.
Yeah.
But I do boxing and knuckleheads with Coach Ross, and I have my conditioning coach too. He trains over here at the Maverick Gym, and I also have a wrestling coach. He comes to train with me at the Paragon, and we do some MMA trainings at Paragon, and of course, Virginia, they do some work with me some jiu-jitsu, specific jiu-jitsu for MMA. Yeah.
No, Black House is a very popular gym. It's all like invitation only. You have a lot of elite fighters there. How has your experience been there, training with elite fighters like that?
It's been great. I have opportunity to help Mackenzie to her last training camp for her fight. So we did very good work. And then I also helping and training with Vanessa, the Crystal, for her. She's going to fight for the LFA belt. Okay. So we train over there. So I have very good sparring there. And also the guys, the small guys. Yeah. Pretty good.
Are you tossing them around? Are you? Because I know you're judo black belt. Are you throwing the small guys around too? Yeah.
Yeah, we did great.
That's good. That's good. And I know you obviously Mackenzie, training with Mackenzie got you a lot of attention. Is it did you train mostly jiu-jitsu with her, judo, a little bit of everything?
We did sparring.
Okay.
MMA sparring.
MMA sparring. Okay.
Yeah.
And then people know you more as like a judo black belt, and so, you obviously a brown belt jiu-jitsu. But you have good striking. You have long time training and striking.
I do. Yeah. Actually, I started judo when I was like 6 years old. Yeah. And my dad's a judo black belt too for many years. So he always incentivized me to go to the martial arts. Yeah. And then I started a Muay Thai when I had like 15 years old. So I have long time with Muay Thai.
Yeah, your hands. I seen your Instagram post where you're on the beach and you're throwing your hands and they're going. Super fast hands are there. I think people are gonna see judo. Oh, she's gonna take me to the ground, but then you could probably knock them out too.
I really love boxing. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Now you spent a lot of time in Japan.
I did.
Yeah. You spent a lot of time there. You did you receive your black belt there with Hiro Omigawa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was.
I got my black belt with him.
How was it like training with him? Because he's a legend of the sport, especially Japan MMA.
He's a legend. Yeah. He also has been to the UFC too.
Yeah.
And Oh, he's awesome person. Like he's helped me a lot. Yeah. He gave me a lot of steps to try help me get my black belt too. It's pretty hard to get a black belt there. Yeah. Actually, in Japan, they don't have a color belt. Or you white or you black.
Okay, so if you can do it, then they will.
Yeah, I have to do a lot of tests, do a lot of fights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. And I read that it's a little bit difficult to get the black belt in Brazil. Why is it because training partners, or is it because of system, or how?
I think because more the systems, and it's more expensive too. Yeah. And you do have to pass through more steps to get your black belt in Brazil. Yeah. You have to do a course. You have to go to the capital, São Paulo. Stay there for like 1 or 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more complex.
So this one was, we're gonna test you against black belts and see how you do, and if you do well, then you
have some tests too. That's and you have to work as a referee too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Now you fought in a promotion over there at Seiza, right? Is it Seiza? Did I pronounce it right? Seiza? There you go.
Seiza. Yeah.
And we had one of our guests previous to you is a good friend and training partner to you is Julia.
Yeah, she's my best friend.
Yeah. She's been on the show too. Like when she was now she's on UFC and all that. But you guys really did. You guys bonded over. It seems like I was like talk about that experience because it's different. They have you as a team. You live, you train.
Yeah. So Julia she was like a big girl, you know, and then she always doing a super fight separate of me and the Nepal girls. Yeah. You know, so me and the Nepal girls, we lived together. We were a team. Okay. So it's a team versus team. So you fight until you lose.
Yeah.
You know, it's like was a lot of rules, like sumo arena, sambo gis, and we have like judo rules. If you do 8 points, you get 1 point. If you push out of the arena, you get also 1 point. Wrestling rules, you will have only 30 seconds on the ground. Yeah.
And from what I think, for people who don't know or haven't seen it, it's almost like, it looks like how sambo is set up, huh?
Yeah. They try to put everything together.
Yeah. And you got to display your striking, your judo, your jiu-jitsu there. And how was it training? Because I know living there, training, and you had different instructors, no? At different times?
First we started to train with Tamura. He fought at the Pride, you know, in Japan. Yeah. And then later on, we trained more with Omigawa and his gym.
That's where you met Omigawa?
Yeah, that's why he met Omigawa. Okay. He also doing similar what we did in Japan.
Yeah.
It's a different name. I forget right now. But it's kind of with the sambo gi too.
Yeah.
Kind of the same rules. So that's how we met him.
Okay.
And then I started training him.
And you're with Julia. What do you make of her career now? Because I know you guys both like almost on this progression of like, she was she pursued the MMA, but then you guys were always the best of the best over there in Japan. You guys were really the best ever. And almost linked together. Like your career is almost like she'll go here and then you go here and then you go here. You guys follow each other. It's like
I think she had more opportunities to do more MMA fights. You know, she had opportunity to travel back to Lithuania and do some MMA fights too. And then
decided to come
after
here.
Japan, I decided to come to US, and then I kind of like a reset in my life, you know.
Yeah.
And then I have to wait a little bit to start training again and to fight again. So
and
I have to be patient. Yeah.
And you're obviously you've progressed and you've done different disciplines. And what do you feel has at this point has progressed the most? What do you think is it your striking you feel like has gotten better and better? Your judo, you mastered it more? Or?
I think my jiu-jitsu got a huge progression.
Yeah.
More in my jiu-jitsu, because when I came here, I focused a lot in my jiu-jitsu, forget about my striking, because I felt in Japan my jiu-jitsu wasn't that good, you know. And then I came here, say I'm gonna focus on my jiu-jitsu. I have the best next to me, you know.
Yeah.
And then I start competing the words. And then the penance, and then get a lot improved on that.
And now you're an instructor over there at Paragon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Huh. And you've done a lot of jiu-jitsu and a lot of a lot of competitions, and I think if you go on the website too, they list all. It's like a big old list of competition and medals you won. But you did over here at Queen Mary and a bunch of other
Yeah, that was my last jiu-jitsu tournament. Was submission the short. Yeah.
So
it was pretty fun.
So it's been your MMA career. You have 2 wins, only 2 fights though, but you have a lot of experience. So what made your decision to go back into MMA?
I always I never want to leave the MMA, but I know when I got here, I have to focus on more jiu-jitsu when I want to get more experience. So I was young, and I said, just gonna get time, you know.
Yeah.
And then focus on my jiu-jitsu career a little bit, you know. And now it's time to come back.
Yeah.
And feel pretty good. I think I have the best coach next to me, so I think we can go pretty far. And
now you feel like you're ready to start that new career, huh? That new path.
Yeah, new path of my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done a lot of MMA style sparring training? I know you did with a couple of camps right now, but the girls in your division over in LFA, have you gone to see some of them? Have you gone to get a list of who maybe you might be fighting? Have they mentioned any names?
No, they didn't mention me any names who we're gonna be fighting. I know they looking like for 2 girls to be fighting July 24, but the girls didn't accept or couldn't make it, you know.
Yeah.
And then we pushed for August. So, but I don't know the names of the ladies. They just told me like they didn't accept, you know.
And what for the people who are just getting to know you? What do you what are your interests? What do you like to do? I know there's not a lot to do because everything's all pandemic and COVID.
Yeah.
But you obviously, I see you like to go to the beach a lot.
Yeah, I love to go to the beach.
Yeah. Do you surf? Are you know?
Actually, I try to surf. I
Yeah.
love it. I love the surf. I love to watch it, and I try to do, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard,
Yeah.
but I keep trying. Yeah. And really like to hiking to explore here. California is pretty.
Yeah. Have you has this become more of a home, a second home to you, California?
Yeah,
Southern
yeah,
California?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is
It's
it
my
you think
second
it's
home.
because the weather and the feel of it that a lot of Brazilians like to come over here? Because there's a lot of Brazilians
I think
and
I
MMA
think it's
fighters
the
over here.
lifestyle. You know, you
Yeah.
go to jiu-jitsu, then you get the car 10 minutes, you're on the beach. You know, and then you can skateboard in the street. It's awesome.
This is the vibe.
Safe.
It's very
It's pretty. Yeah, the vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
feel pretty safe here. You know.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking to you, getting to know you. I think your career is just going to advance, and it's just going to be sky's the limit. That you're going to get more and more people wanting to talk to you and see you fight. Where can the fans find you on social media and get to see your follow your career? Where can they reach you?
They can reach me on the Instagram. I think
Yeah.
most of the people using the Instagram now. So
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Instagram is Tabatha.Ricci. Super
Yeah.
easy.
Any sponsors? Do you have any sponsors yet for your fight coming up?
No, I don't have any sponsor right now, but I'm looking forward.
Yeah. I'll see
Yeah.
if I could talk to people, see if they could get your way and see.
That'll be great.
Yeah. All right,
you.
it's a pleasure talking to you. Best of luck. Hope to see. I can't wait for your fight.
Thank you.
You take care. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. I'll see you.
See you. Bye.
Bye. And that was Tabatha Ricci. Thank you for her for being on the show, man.
Yeah.
Great person right there. I mean, she's gonna be sky's the limit
She'll
for
be
her.
she'll
She'll
be a star.
She's got all the skill set, the look, everything. So she's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All right. What else have we got to talk about on this episode? We have
Well, Fight Island's coming up pretty
Fight
soon.
Island, yes. Yeah. So we're talking about Poirier and Hooker, that card, which just took place. But your fight of the year, now this question was being thrown out already. Fight of the year so far, Zhang Weili, Joanna, Tony Ferguson, Gaethje, Josh Emmett, and Shane Burgos from last weekend was great too. But Poirier Hooker, I think we both agree.
Yeah, I think Poirier Hooker's one. I think two will be Justin.
And Ferguson, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, and then third would be Joanna.
Yeah, that was a back and forth skill set. Right? That was
that was a clinic.
Yeah, and even Emmett Burgos, that was a great fight too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my ranking.
Yeah.
From 1 to 4.
I'll probably go with Poirier and Hooker 1, and I the reason I settled on that as being my favorite of the year so far is because I was on the edge of my seat. I was not even on my seat. I was sitting down.
Yeah.
Or standing up, I'm sorry. Josh Emmett and Shane Burgos, I would say would probably be second for me because I was at the edge of my seat for that one. Gaethje and Ferguson, I probably put last, and even then it's not a bad thing. Joanna and Zhang Weili because it's just a clinic of skill. But I think because the Ferguson and Gaethje fight was so almost one-sided.
That's a good point. Yeah.
For me, I'd probably put a fourth, even though it is exciting and crazy to see that happen.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, this, and it's not recency bias where the last fight that just happened, it's your favorite. No, I think this one literally was like best fight of the year so far.
I agree.
We'll get to some other news. Ariane Celeste had some big announcement today. She announced that she is expecting her first child. A lot of men out there, and women.
Yeah.
Tears.
Yeah.
Tears. I think it's a great time for her to finally have a child.
I mean, she's been in the game for a long time, and she's like one of those ring girls who kind of like
she set the standard for a lot of the MMA ring girls.
Yeah.
To like what you can do with it. And by I mean she's still young and attractive and all that. She's still we're not doing like she's had her time. She's already aged out. No, but she's had a long career.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Set her down. Yeah.
Why not? And even then she still have kids and bounce right back. And
so is she married? Is she has a boyfriend? Or?
I think it's just a boyfriend. I don't know. I think there's a guy on her Instagram that seems like a nice guy. I don't know. Been on there for a little bit. So as far as I know.
I wonder how they. Oh, never mind.
So yeah, so that was some interesting news that came out today. She posted some.
Good for her. Congratulations, there, Ani.
And then we'll get to Fight Island is next weekend. Super excited for that card. We'll wait till next week to break down the fights, but they announced some of the protocols. They're going to be testing before, testing when they land, testing the night of, testing after, and then they're recommending them to stay
quarantine
even longer, which is fine because the UFC supposedly, I guess they have facilities there to house
they have their
them.
own hotels and whatnot. So
stay there, quarantine, fly back, probably for a few days, stay there.
Yeah, and then I heard I think some of the fighters drive off together, like in a van to the airport, or to like a
yeah. So I mean, we're taking this week off, but we have this back to back weeks.
I mean, I think the UFC is doing great. I think it should be that way. I think they got to take every precaution needed, especially since we're seeing the rise in cases around the country.
It's so easily spread. That's the thing.
And then you saw the WWE how they handled their situation.
Yeah.
The UFC is taking a complete opposite approach. So that's good.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's the best approach for them to do. They complete opposite of what WWE is doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's something to look forward to. I'm interested in seeing it. They're posting up photos of the beach and the water being on the opposite side of the cage and the horizon. You can see it there. So I think it's gonna be kind of cool setup. I'm really interested to see how it's gonna all look. I think it's gonna be a good show. The card's amazing. Different. 3 title fights I think next week.
Because the UFC can be stagnant. They can be every time you see an event, it looks the same.
Yeah.
So with the beach and the water behind it, it's gonna feel different and special.
Yeah, a month of this. Yeah, it's gonna be good. We added some stuff to the set. A couple of our figures here.
Yeah.
Bret Hart over there.
A
plant. We have some BJ Penn right here in my left right here. A couple other things here. So I don't know. We'll see how it looks on camera. And you guys can let us know if you like it or not and what we can add. But all in all, man, anything else you want to say? Parting words on this episode?
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Everything's shut down. You can't do anything and go anywhere or see your people. But happy
the Easter Bunny got canceled. Now America's getting canceled again.
Man. So. Oh yeah. We're talking about that too. But yeah, the whole Diaz and Rogan. They're going after Rogan and Joey Diaz and.
The whole Rogan thing I don't understand because it's
so old.
So you can't laugh at someone's joke. I don't know. Doesn't make you a bad person.
They wanted to cancel Rogan for laughing at Joey. You laughed at, and this was years ago.
Yeah, this is back in 2010.
Yeah, and then Joey Diaz is. I mean, the guy's an open book and has been for 10 years or so doing it. 8 years or whatever doing his podcast. So the guy holds nothing back. So if you guys don't, I think they're just barely finding it. You know what it is? I think they went after Chris D'Elia, and the situation with Chris D'Elia, as far as I can see, and what I've gotten information that has come out recently is that a lot of the accusers weren't necessarily telling the truth. They left a lot of it out, and Chris D'Elia had a lot of receipts, and but unfortunately for him, it doesn't look good. Is he a womanizer? Yeah, I guess, but for the most part, everybody, all the words going around.
Who isn't though?
And being in his position at that time, dude.
Yeah, all that shit's got to stop. People need to focus on themselves.
But the thing is, with him, it's not illegal to
talk
to women, and then even from what I've gathered there, and this is just on the pure information that's come out recently, is that he ended a lot of the conversations once they got to the age came out, it's like, oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
the conversation was done.
When is it illegal to like not talk to anybody?
Yeah, there are people that take advantage of
Certain situations. Yeah.
but if you're a guy like him who liked girls that were in the like younger age range, like 20, 18, 19, something like that.
Who cares?
Who else has a million and one other people?
Yeah.
And not to mention, there are women also that go after a lot younger guys.
Yeah, there's women out there with bad intentions.
But not even then. Good for them. Good for them. If you want to date somebody that's younger, a lot younger,
it's what you like.
Cool.
Yeah, as long as I'm not breaking the law, then you go for it.
And from what we can tell, he wasn't breaking the law. And the reason I got to that too was the fact that, I think from him they jumped off and went after all his circle.
Yeah,
and that's when they went to Diaz.
And Rogan.
Went to Rogan.
The whole Diaz and Rogan, it's a head scratcher.
Right after,
it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And
the same piece of shit online.
That died the weekend of. So it's like cancel culture. I mean, it's done a lot of good, but it's also wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
But oh no, that's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah.
Thank you for having our guest this week, Tabatha Ricci. Thank you for being on the show. It's great to have you on here. Wish you all nothing but success. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. Yeah, and just rate us on iTunes if you guys can. 5 stars. It'll help the show get noticed. And next week is Fight Island. So have a guest on.
For sure. So until then, guys, enjoy the fights and enjoy your day.